roll it up, let it strong. Roll it up, let's roll it up. Talk about it, be about it, take another shot.
Hey, yo, what's going down? I'm OD, and this is SlumpedSessions, the show that is the culture. This episode is brought to you by Fish Scale 84. Head over to fishscale84.com. Cop your fit. You won't be disappointed. You're going to be the flyest motherfucker in the H. And Reneka at Builders. Head over to Reneka at Builders. Copy your website. Copy you an app. Step your app game up. We got Durty Muzik in the building. In the building. Durty Muzik in the building. How y'all doing?
Man, check the shirt. You know what I'm saying? First off and first most, check the shirt. Yeah.
Check the shirt. That is a dope ass fucking logo.
You see, and the thing about the logo, bro, is that the you know, this man JJ was the one that created the logo, but the logo was created so player because, as you can see, it got the Texas map, has the forehead, the Oilers, the
Oilers nose,
and then the old school Astro Star was the eyes. So and then it's like the Day of the Dead,
skull.
The Day of the Dead on some Mexican shit.
It incorporates Houston, incorporates Texas, incorporates Mexican.
I don't understand the baseball bats.
I don't either, but it looks cool.
Yeah, I don't understand the baseball bats, but we have baseball bats.
Don't take the colorful skull lightly.
But yeah, I couldn't see it just like being a plane, you know, with the bones or like some swords or something. Yeah. I think the baseball bats really kind of
give it its element of its own, right?
Yeah, it brings it together.
Facts.
So Durty Muzik, want everybody kind of introduce yourselves, let everybody know who y'all are. We got over here.
We got Leo Flo Muzik, a father, son, and a hustler. You know, you could refer to me as Leo Flo, basic, LEOFLO. I don't like people spelling my name with a W because most people assume that
got the flows though.
Yeah, no, but most people assume that my name is Leo Flo with a W because I flow and do music, but that's like on the contrary. Like,
isn't that your last name, right? It's just like shortened.
Well, yeah. Well, my full government name is 6 letters and then 6 letters on my last name. So I cut off 3 letters from my first name and then I cut off 3 letters from my last name and I made Leo Flo. You know what I mean? So a lot of people like to put that W, and I'm always talking shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, don't put that W on there. You know, I don't want people to label me with the W, but then you have people like my teammates here that will sit there and be like, Leo Flo with a W, right?
The first time I spelled his name, he fucking gave me the whole 3rd degree of why not to put a W on his
he gave you this whole spiel right here.
Yeah, basically.
Who do we got over here?
I'm Brianna, but I go by BriBri.
BriBri.
Hey.
It's Brianna, bitch.
Oh.
Hey.
And over here is your boy Chris Nomad of Nomad's Land. You know what I'm saying? Dirty Music representing.
Hey.
Handling my business. You know, much love for Slumpsessions.
Hey, appreciate it. You know, two bands or groups and brands really coming together right here. I like it. I like this. Good vibes.
Oh yeah.
I most definitely, bro, because like I feel like this day and age, a lot of the linking up and a lot of people don't like to sit there and do the because I feel like people get away from the old school hustle, which is, you know, hand in hand hustling, meaning like I'm gonna help you and you help me, and a lot of people now are more on that. Well, I'm just gonna be one-sided and I'm just gonna be self-centered and focused and I'm just gonna do for myself and screw everybody else. And most people, like I noticed there's a lot of that going around where people don't want to get out there and people don't want to link up with other people to help each other's platforms instead of just being like a one-sided platform where it's just about my platform and, you know, like screw your platform. Like when it should be like, nah, like you one up me, I one up you. You know what I'm saying?
It's all in like friendly competition at a, you know, at some degree, and I think, you know, it really builds, you know, as a brand, you know, to go out and show people that, you know, you're not some kind of untouchable. You one of everybody else, and you could come out and support people just as you would want them to support you.
Yeah, most definitely. Most
And
definitely.
It's like back in the day, you know, you'll see a picture of a group of niggas that hustled together, and you wouldn't tell who was the one that was running the shit.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to tell that at all. Now you look at pictures and you see the main motherfucker, but you don't see nobody behind him. You don't see anybody that helped him get to where he's at.
And you know, it's crazy to touch on that. You know, one of my business partners, shout out to Ronald Brooks from Grade A.
Hey, Mr. Brooks.
Yeah, he's the president of the company. He always tells me, we trying to build this platform to the point where we don't know who the boss is. Like when they come in here, hey, you know, they might look at you like the boss. They might look at him as the boss. They might look at you as the boss. Why? Because everybody here does different things. Everybody brings something to the table. So you want to run the ship, and you want to surround yourself with people that at the end of the day, when you go back and you looking from the outside in into what we got going on, you don't know who's in charge. You don't know who's doing this, and you don't know who's calling the plays, because everybody looks so strong on an individual level.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that, you know, I'm focusing on right now, especially like with them being new artists and coming onto the group. Like that's one thing that I'm focusing and building. I don't want them just to be built, Dirty Muzik. No, I want BriBri to be built as BriBri. I want Chris Nomad to be built as Chris Nomad. And bring their characters and bring who they are and bring their brand. Because I always say BriBri is a brand. Chris Nomad is a brand. Leo Flo Music is a brand. The Dirty Mex is a brand. That's what Dirty Muzik is. Everybody is self-branded, but we come to rep Dirty Muzik and put
it's all
everything
under the same kind of umbrella.
Under the same umbrella, but the whole thing got to be, everybody has to be built individually in order to be, because that's the way that I feel like, in order for Dirty Muzik to prosper, in order for us to work out and to take our careers and take this shit to a different level, the only way that's gonna happen is by building individually. I gotta build her individually. He got to build himself individually. Everybody has to build themselves individually as a character to take the movement. You know, all together we could shine together, but we have to be built individually.
And I think it says a lot for whenever you see everybody and they're held to such a high standard in within the group, you know, that everybody is pushing each other.
Yes.
And you're only as strong as your team is.
Facts.
So, I mean, once you have a good team and a good following behind you and everybody helping each other, it really does say a lot and it helps a lot.
Yeah, most definitely.
So kind of what is Dirty Muzik?
Man, that's a good question. What is Dirty Muzik?
Dirty Muzik is a brand, man.
It's a brand, but
Dirty
I mean,
Muzik is
what does Dirty Muzik do? What do y'all, what do y'all push?
Dirty Muzik is basically, it's a family, first and foremost, before anything. It's a family thing, and it's a family bond. That's how, it's built for it to be a family thing, but we're also a promotional company.
Okay.
You know, we focus on merchandising company, graphics. But that's pretty much, I don't want to say that we're a record label, because I've never, or, my business partner, Josh, we've never portrayed it as a record label. We've always portrayed it, hey, this is a graphic designing company, a merchandising company, a promotional company, and that's what the company specializes in, and we've always branded it in that form.
Okay.
So because if you go too much into the record labels, and that means I would have to pull out like a 50-page contract and be doing 50-page contracts if it was really, a record label. If we really got down to, and I'm not with the whole making it a record label or nothing like that. So I stick to the basics.
So kind of the background to it. When did Dirty Muzik actually start? How did it start?
Well, as far as, I'm not the creator of Dirty Muzik. That's the creator of Dirty Muzik back there.
The guy behind the camera over here.
The guy behind the camera.
Who is Josh behind the camera?
Josh JJ Cruz is basically the founder, the person who started Dirty Muzik, and this is like just giving history on Dirty Muzik for those that don't know, the viewers. Shout out to the viewers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But basically Dirty Muzik started, I would say maybe like 7 years ago.
Okay.
That Dirty Muzik was just an idea, that's something that he formulated and came up with, a dope logo, and then it was just something that he started running with. And eventually I came in the fold. Maybe what was it, Josh? Like 5 years ago, 4.5, maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, going on 5 years when I came in the fold as part of Durty Muzik. At that time I had a homegirl that was part of Durty Muzik, and she was the one that brought me. She was the one that was like, man, you should join the team, blah 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 blah. And eventually, to make a long story short, she ended up leaving, and then after she left, like, there was basically nobody else to carry Durty Muzik or to put on for Durty Muzik. So I took that responsibility, and I took that role, and I put it on my shoulders, and I said, this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm a loyal person, bro. Like, once I'm all in, and they know, like, to me, it's loyalty over everything. Like, I don't give a fuck about money. I don't give a fuck about a lot of things. One thing I care about is for you to be a loyal and a respectful person. And loyalty to me is the key to success.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So when that came about, I was like, you know what? I got no choice. I'm gonna put it on my back. I'm gonna do what I gotta do on my end, and I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna brand this Durty Muzik Inc. I'm gonna brand it to the point where people are gonna want to fuck with the movement, and they're gonna want to be a part of the movement, and they're gonna come want to fuck with us eventually. So that's all I focused on for years, just self grind. For years, I was basically the only active artist in Durty Muzik.
Okay.
So for years I kept it like that, and we got it to the point where the business just kept, we were just getting more bookings, more shows. We're doing a lot of things that it got to the point where I felt comfortable. Like, where I told him, hey, it's cool, I think it's time that, I should add.
To expand a little bit.
Yeah, to expand. I need a few artists that are on board. And I've been, I'll let Chris tell you that story about how I met him. And but I basically added, Chris, and then from there I ended up adding BriBri sometime later, and then they'll tell you their stories on, how they came on board. But that was basically like the position that I was put in, where, hey bro, like, at this point it's either two things: either you put on for Durty Muzik Inc., or you let it die out. You know what I'm saying? And then it fades, because, man, throughout our time, Josh will tell you, we've seen a lot of fucking record labels. We've seen a lot of promotional companies. We've seen a lot of people, bro. When I tell you I've seen a lot of people come and go, bro, I've seen a lot of people come and disappear just like that. They fade away, and you never see them come back, bro. Like, I'm not mentioning no names, but there's a lot of people that have were in the game for a few, for a year, 2 years, but nobody has been able to stand the test of time, bro. And that's one thing that I feel like throughout everything, and the way where we're at now, Durty Muzik has stood the test of time. We've taken a lot of bullshit. We've taken bullshit people. We've taken criticism. A lot of people doubted us, counted us out. But throughout all these years, bro, that everybody was falling off, and that we were that one that was always has, and will continue to be, no matter what happens, bro. I'm dealing with bullshit now, and we're still gonna continue to be consistent, and we're still gonna continue to push the fold, and we're still gonna continue to push forward, and the brand's not going nowhere. So we're gonna, extend the test of time right now. So that's really what we're focused on, and we're just focused on longevity, really, and building something that we can stand on, and not just like, oh, we're just building something that's gonna fade away 2 years now. Like I'm focused on a legacy that's gonna be here way after I'm done, and I want to leave this business set up where we can all eat, and her kids could eat, his kids could eat. Like, I want to just get it to that point where the business is getting there. And so far, everything's been, we've been blessed, bro. You know what I mean?
What do you think kind of sets you apart from, the other people that kind of faded away, that makes you able to stay here for so long and keep doing this?
To be honest, and that's an easy question, bro. Consistency, and I know it sounds cliche. A lot of people say the same thing,
but consistency is key.
But no, consistency is the only key, bro. A lot of people be like, oh, it's because of this, it's because of no. Consistency is the only key, bro. When I didn't have nothing, when I didn't have supporters, when I didn't have nobody wanted to fuck with me, everybody talked shit, everybody doubted me, everybody said that I would never be this, I would never be that, and that I could never make it here, and I would never make it here. I always laughed at everybody, because at the end of the day, I'm a hustler. You can't never stop me from hustling. That's why I knew that. That's the reason that we've stayed. And I don't even want to say that we've just stayed here. That's the reason we've been relevant and stayed out here all these years. As much as people don't want to say, oh, Durty Muzik this, Durty Muzik that, I don't give a fuck. They got to put some respect on that shit. Why? Because it's like if they don't put no respect on it, it's like how you not going to put no respect on something that's been here? That's been here for years and hasn't gone nowhere. And every year, you can go back, bro. You do your research, go back 7 years and start looking into Durty Muzik and start seeing, and all you see is consistency, bro.
Y'all stay true to it. Y'all stay true to, you know, what y'all started and what y'all believe in.
All you see right now when you look at Durty Muzik, bro, you just see the climb. That's all you see right now. You see levels. We started here, like we just every year is progression, bro. I can't name you one year where we did bad. I can't tell you one year where shit didn't get better. I can't tell you one year where shit didn't just improve and move forward. Like, we haven't hustled backwards since we started, bro. And that's the key to remain relevant and longevity is, hey, stay consistent in their face and don't let nobody tell you no. Just keep on the hustle.
I'm gonna keep that in mind for, you know, what I'm trying to build here. That's
bro.
definitely, you know, something I could take to heart and really keep in my pocket, to know that consistency is really what builds, you know, a great brand.
Exactly.
How was it, you know, in the beginning, having to put, you know, all that pressure on your shoulder and everything, you know, to be the main, you know, artist of this and really push forward for it?
Man, to be honest, bro, that on a personal level, that was probably one of the hardest thing I had to do, because what a lot of people don't realize is, like, when life hits you, bro, life is a motherfucker. And what I mean by that is, like, I got kids. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, I gotta pay rent. You know, I gotta pay my struggles. I gotta pay a car note. I gotta do there's a lot of things that I gotta do. That's why I say that's what stops a lot of people, bro. It's not the fact that they don't want to do music, but the fact is that life comes and slaps you right across the face. And once the life gets you and puts you down, like, well, once life gets you, bro, that's it. You know, once life got you, that's it. Like, a lot of people just think, like, oh, I got all these problems at home, so that deviates them from their career and their focus. You know, and I'm not like that. I don't let my problems and I don't let my shit got going on at home or anything like that affect what we're building and what we got going on.
So, I mean, this might be something actually JJ over there can answer, but what was kind of, you know, the inspiration behind Durty Muzik? You know, whenever first starting, was there anybody that kind of influenced, you know, the brand, or, you know, what was kind of the influence behind it?
Yeah,
you could come over here.
That's something he definitely got to answer on that.
Yeah, you could bring a chair up if you want.
Right.
Just move that picture out the way.
We fit, don't worry, we make it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
We make shit happen all the time. So, all right. So, yeah, you're saying, like, as far as the inspiration.
Yeah.
And like, what kind of drew me to start Durty Muzik Inc. Man, I'm an artist too. I rap. Man, I've been rapping many years. I won't say how long, because I'm gonna date myself.
You're gonna give everybody your age.
I've been rapping for many years, and I was young, you know, rapping, trying to make it in the rap game, whatever. Trying to make albums, trying to sell them, trying to get big or whatever. But like a lot of artists find themselves these days. They hit dead ends. You know, they run out of resources. They don't meet the right people, and they meet the wrong people, and they get set back. So I went through so many of these things that by the time, at a later date, ask Cruz for you.
The guy who said that he silences his phone when he enters the building.
Hold up.
First thing I told him right before the interview.
He said, I silence my phone when I enter the building.
I fucked up. That was my bad. I'm going to reassess the situation later.
Yeah, so going through all this, we never hit it big. Like, everybody has a dream of like hitting it big. You know what I mean? It's like, cause I hear it all the time. I see it all the time online, on Facebook, Instagram. It's like, oh man, we just dropped a bomb ass song.
This is
it's
the one.
It's on fire. Like, yeah. So I see it all the time, and unfortunately, I already know it's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because they're making music, but yet they're not doing the footwork that's supposed to be done to put them in a position for that song to go anywhere. So with all that said, I went through all that myself, and when I finally got to the age where I'm like, okay, I didn't really make it. I'm getting older. What can I do to stay in the music scene? You know what I mean? Which I loved. I didn't want to leave it, so I kind of came up with this concept, which is pretty much just started off as wanting to promote up and coming artists.
Yeah.
So I took that simple concept and it just kind of made it grow. I started with graphics. I promoted through online, of course, posters, flyers. We made shows. We invited artists on, and then later on, I got into videos, making music videos for the artists that I was promoting. So it just kind of grew from there. I love doing it, for one. I love doing it. So it was never work. You know what I mean? It was never work. I made my name. You know what I mean? I did a lot of free work. And for me, like I said, it wasn't work. It was like, I love doing projects. You know what I mean? So it just it kept evolving. You know what I mean? And like Leo said, me and him finally met. And then he had ideas. And, to me, it's like, if you got an idea, I'm going to support it. And then, we'll see where it goes. And
that says a lot, for somebody who has like a brand. You never want the people, that surrounding you to be hesitant to say an idea, because you never know, that idea could be something great, but somebody may not want to say it because they're afraid of something, that can happen. Or you never want the people around you to be afraid to be able to say speak their mind, or be able to, give some constructive criticism, or be able to have, an idea that can help. Right. And that's something that's really dope.
Yeah. So that's pretty much where the whole Durty Muzik Inc. concept came from. Going through it myself, and then not having too much success, but I wanted to help out as much as I can for the upcoming generation. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
without saying your name or your age or anything, you've kind of seen the progress of hand to hand, like you were speaking, hand to hand hustling, to really a lot of it being online and a lot of promotion and stuff being done, social media wise. How is, the difference between back in the day kind of to what it is now, to really trying to reach an audience?
As far as me, like, when I can remember people promoting their music, I mean, pretty much we didn't have what there is today, like Facebook, Instagram. It was nothing. All it was is how much you love doing it and what you were willing to do to go out and promote it. And pretty much it was hitting the streets. Concrete, hitting the streets, putting in footwork, literally. Not online, not nothing.
Some flyers, put them up.
I mean, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like all the legends, not all of them, but I seen some. I mean, going to the malls and dropping off their own tapes, dropping off their own posters and flyers. I remember going to house parties, because house parties was the shit back then. And you would see random rappers come to the house parties, passing out their cassettes, passing out their posters and flyers. And that was straight, yeah, I know. That was straight up like the original
Hustle.
the original hustle.
Grind.
And one thing I can say is it should still be like that, because you see a lot of the old school legends that made it from that, and then you look at a lot of the new generation rappers that they have a lot more, but they don't know how to use it. You know, they don't know how to utilize it.
Yeah.
And as much music as they're making, as much promotions as they're putting out, they're still not making it. They're just spinning their wheels. You know what I mean? So it's like if I would like to see anything, I would like to see some of the original hustle.
Some of
Come
that
back.
grind come back.
Yeah,
You want us to, have that grind, that passion for it.
Right.
And that definitely, that's something that's not a lot of people have.
Yeah.
And it helps a lot whenever you're able to put in that footwork. You're able to just grind for it.
And you know what's crazy, bro? To touch on what he was talking about, the reason why Durty Muzik works as good as it does is because I have a person like him that's an older person that's already been in the game, already tried the artist gig, already did everything there is to do in this industry, that he learned from a lot of his mistakes, what went wrong, what didn't work out, that it got to the point where now a few years later, I go back and I just talk to him and be like, hey, well, what do you think about this? Nah, don't try that, because that's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
And now you go about it this way instead, because if you go about it that way, it's not gonna work. Let's just do this and let's do this. So I take a lot from him because of his experience, and he always tells me, you got to put my experience to work, because sometimes I get fly, bro, and I like to make decisions like that, and I don't think. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't think, I just act, and then I'll go back and think about it, and he'll tell me, like, man, you should have thought about that. Like,
You should have did it
he
this
goes,
way.
You should have did it this way. But I'm an impulsive person, bro. When I act and I get into, making decisions and making plays, I just make things happen. You know what I mean? And then at times, certain things, they backfire on me, bro. And I'm not afraid to sit there and say that, I've made a few decisions that have backfired on me. You know what I mean? Like literally, they blew right back in my face. But you know what? They know exactly what I'm talking about. So I've made a few decisions that weren't very good, and I take the L's for those, and I take responsibilities for the shit that happens. But one thing that I do is that I learn a lot from them, and I learn what not to do. And I'm one of those people that, I'm not old, but I'm not young either, bro. I'm almost 30. You know what I mean? So since I'm almost 30, I got a lot of knowledge and experience in this shit myself. And the fact that I've been doing it, and that's why I focus back on what he was saying, the old school hustle, on that hand-to-hand, meeting people. Hey, let me put my poster right here.
Yeah, because
let me give
right
you.
now we still incorporate that. Even right now we still incorporate that kind of hustle.
And that's one thing. When I brought them to the fold, bro, I told them I didn't want them to focus and be the new wave, the way that everybody is right now. Everybody just wants to, you know what I'm saying? They just want to type their life away and think that this phone right here is gonna blow you up, bro. But it's not. Yeah. Doing these shows out of town, hitting Corpus, hitting San Antonio, being out and about is what's gonna get you to the next level. And if you're not focused on taking your movement to the next level by street hustling, then you ain't gonna get very far in this game. Those are facts.
Hey, no, we just go with the flow. Anything that kind of happens, it's all natural.
It is what it is.
Anything that goes on. Want to throw that in there? Can you pass that?
Got a backup.
Yeah, we got backup batteries for days. Everybody.
Backup.
You got to have backup to everything. You never know what's going to happen.
We incorporate old hustle with new hustle and just try to push as much as we can, as many different ways possible. Because, the old hustle, obviously, it was good.
It worked.
Niggas blew up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like it didn't do shit. And then the new hustle, obviously, it works.
Yeah. So
it's like, what can you do to kind of ante up that shit? Is go ahead and mix both of them. You mix both up, and, that's a That's a nice daiquiri you got there, man, and you let everybody sip that shit, and you know.
It's a nice daiquiri. I like that metaphor right there.
He's
I'm gonna start using that one. You're thinking about drinking, it's okay.
Always. Always.
Wow. It's like he don't even know you and he already knows you're an alcoholic. Damn right.
This is a nice daiquiri.
Hey.
Yeah, man,
But let's talk a little bit to y'all. Chris, when did you actually start, making music, and how did you get into it?
man, I've been like writing music. I've been writing ever since like I was like in 5th grade.
Okay, you can turn that mic a little bit towards you.
Yeah, you don't need to breathe. Nah, but I've been writing since I was like in 5th grade. But like rapping, I used to just freestyle. I would just freestyle all the time, just bullshit. I met Leo when I started working at Jack in the Box. I was like 16. Okay. Met him. He didn't even rap at that point in time. Like he just listened to me and some other dude that worked there freestyle. And then every now and then, a rare occasion, you'll catch Leo start spitting a freestyle. And I ended up leaving Jack, and he hit me up, and he was all like, "Hey man, I got this mixtape." And me in my head, I was like, "Nah, man, Leo, you don't rap, bro. You don't rap. What you talking about? You got a mixtape." And sure enough, Father, Son, and a Hustler, and he pulled up, and he sold me that hoe, and I was like, man.
Was that the name of it?
Yeah, Father, Son, and a Hustler.
I like that. That's
yeah, I
dope.
think it's on his forum, too.
Yeah. A father, son, and a hustler.
Okay.
So
that's dope.
So whenever he put that out, I was like, man, I had to copy it, I was like, man, that's my boy, that. So we went ahead and did that, and sure enough, I was still doing my own thing. He was doing his thing, because before Durty Muzik, he was doing something else with other people.
Yeah.
But when he got with Durty Muzik, all I would see is, on the internet, this dude just hustle. And me, I was doing it. Thing is, I didn't have someone like JJ in my corner, so I was just doing it, and it was falling on deaf ears, So when he hit me up, he just told me, man, you still do music? I was like, do I still do music? No, but yeah, so I was like, yeah, and so
is that a rhetorical question?
Yeah, because like low key, I've been with Durty Muzik already for like going almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, for like almost 2 years already, I've been with Durty Muzik, and me and him, all we did was push each other to do better. Like me and him, we practically bully each other when we start rapping. Like sometimes you'll fuck around and catch us dissing each other.
It's all friendly competition.
Yeah, we be in the car cruising, and we don't want to listen to nothing on the radio. Man, throw a beat on, and we just start dissing each other, or just dissing like they like me. I'm stupid, man. I'll diss a couch. You know what I'm saying? I just start talking mess about anything. But that's how like I met him, at a fast food joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just working.
What were kind of some of your influences whenever you were growing up and trying to do music and?
Shit, it's a whole lot of artists, but like the main ones, the main ones was K Reno.
Yeah.
SPM.
One of the goats right there.
Eminem. And man, Tupac. Like those were
that's a good collection right there.
Yeah, those are mine. Like those are ones I related to the most, because I wasn't like I was going through my stuff even as a child, dysfunctional family, broken home, all that stuff. So a lot of those artists had a lot of things to say that I related to.
Yeah, you related to them.
So that's really what kind of motivated. Like right now, if I feel like I got writer's block or something, I throw on some Tupac. If I feel like I need a big brother, I throw on some K Reno. You know what I'm saying? If I just want to kill some shit, get my beast mode, I put on some Eminem, Like that's pretty much, and if I want to reflect on stuff, if I want to think about how things can go wrong, or if I want to think about I ain't the only one that been through it, I put on some SPM.
Okay. What was the kind of like driving force that really drove you to really want to take rapping serious?
Being homeless.
Okay. Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Yeah, being homeless, it put a little flame in me.
Okay.
Like to actually do music.
You should let them know about that. About sleeping in the back of what happened to be a studio. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I used to sleep in odd places, like behind food towns, behind
I've done it. Yep.
buildings like that, and it's this little small building that I didn't know what the hell it was, and I just so happened to be sleeping back there, and dude came out and was like, "Hey man, hey baby, yo, you gotta get up, you gotta go. They're gonna call the cops on you." And I was like, all right. And I was like, man, fuck it. Hey, what is this place though? And he's like, oh man, it's a bunch of studios, yada yada yada. And I was all like, no shit. I was like, man, I want to get in there. He's like, well, you like an engineer or something? I was like, nah, I rap. And dude was like, no, baby, yo, no. Like, that's how dude talks. And,
We're old school.
Shout out to Bam.
Yeah, and come to find out that dude's my producer now. You know, I fucks with him tough. Like, that's my nigga right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I you know, unfortunate standards just gave me like one huge blessing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what, like, really when I linked up with him and I showed him a song, Cruising, he was like, man, he's like, I want you to record that here, you know. So I went ahead, recorded with him. He's on the hook, so he showed me a lot of love, and that actually helped push me to want to do this shit even more. You know, like someone's actually feeling my stuff, man.
Hey, and him just putting them vocals on it, bro. That's
I was kind of wondering who that was on that one.
It's the producer,
Okay,
the
that's
producer
dope.
Bambino.
He's got some soul to him.
He's originally like an R&B.
You heard the track, right?
Yeah, I listened to it.
That shit is dope, bro. Like,
Yeah.
And everything in that song is real. Like, that's why, like, you know, a lot of people hear it, and like even some of my family members, they hear it and they don't know what I've been through, because I grew up away from them. Like, we were so close yet so far away. You know, it was weird. It was weird like that. So, like, you know, my brother came at me one time and told me, like, man, why you throwing, like, first off, why you throwing our business out there like that, you know? I was like, dude, I was the one sleeping in the streets. That's my business to put out there. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why a lot of people, when they hear it, some people are like, oh, attention seeking. Like, nah, nigga, that's my story. I ain't like somebody who's, you know, talking about, man, I'm selling bricks and the nigga don't even know what a brick look like. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's my story, that's my life, and that, you know, everything in there is true.
How was it, you know, trying to put that all into a record? You know, so much emotion, so much, you know, that goes on in your mind. How was it actually laying it out for everybody to hear?
To be honest with you, that's not the only record about that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say, man, at least 80 songs about what I was going through in all different types of ways and all different types of aspects. But when I came up with Cruising, I wanted to incorporate my city also into it, to know, like, you know, I didn't just grow up in, you know, some side town. I grew up in a big city, you know, so it's a lot harder to be homeless in a huge city. Yeah. Especially a city that keeps moving. So that's why, like me personally, I was like, man, I wrote the hook. And I was like, man, I'm feeling it. I was going to sing the hook. Thank God. Thank God I ran into Bam.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
Thank God. I was going to do the hook, man. So I was like, thank God. But as far as it goes, man, as far as that one being the one to put out, is because it shows that, you know, where I came from, where I started off at, what happened in between. And then at the end, I'm just saying, fuck it all, you know, like I'm going to do me. I don't need nobody to tell me nothing. I don't need no family. I don't need no friends telling me, like, what I can't do. I need someone to be right there, like, saying, hey, fool, man, you could do that shit. And if I fuck it, it'll be like, damn, dog, I thought you could do that shit, but we gonna do something else. Yeah. You know, someone that's gonna push me, which, you know, Leo's been doing, pushing me.
That's dope. That's dope. So, Bri.
Yeah.
You're on the hot seat?
Okay.
Okay.
What's cooking?
Right here.
When did you actually start, you know, singing and finding your voice?
Oh God, singing wise, ever since I could talk, I just didn't know I can actually sing. Like, you know, you sing, you're like, oh, I can sing. But when other people around you say, oh, you can really sing, and I was like, oh, you know, my brother Ben, you know, he was like, oh, you can sing. My parents, shut up.
No, I say him. No.
I was like, yeah, I can sing.
Yeah, like, no.
And then, you know, the family, they're just like, oh, you can really sing. I was like, okay. So it wasn't until, you know, years later, go to middle school. I was 13, and I had performed. That's when I started performing at age 13. Ever since then, it's just been going all these years.
So, I mean, you didn't really grow up around, like, musical family or anything?
Yeah. You know, of course. Fun fact, we're cousins, so reference, yeah. Of course, you know, Concha's side of the family, you know, her husband used to sing and all that in a mariachi band. And so
I don't know too much about the family. I stay to myself.
Yeah, like, I had no choice, but anyway, her husband used to sing and all that, and around the like other parts of my other family, they sing too. So I kind of always grew up around music. Yeah. So like when people ask me, I always basically say music is in my blood. and things like that.
You didn't grow up within like a musical family, did you? Or anybody kind of doing music in your family?
My grandfather, he loves playing the acoustic guitar.
Okay.
And he loves singing mariachi.
My great grandfather was a pimp.
Yeah. Yeah, so like my grandpa, I used to always watch him sing Spanish music, you know, with Chente, Ramon Ayala, all that.
Okay.
You know, so for me, like music ain't in my, I never said music is in my blood because, you know, my mom, she's the one I grew up around, so she like really could care less about music. Oh. You know what I'm saying? That's why, that's one thing that, you know, nobody ever was telling me, hey man, you know, that's good, you know, you know how to rap, or you know how to write poems, or, you know, nobody telling me that. My mom didn't know how to put herself inside of my shoes and kind of like motivate me. So, and it's because she didn't really care about music too much. Now, as far as my, you know, the dude, you know, the dude, the reason why I'm here, he actually, surprisingly was a lot into music.
Okay.
But I didn't start talking to him until I was like 20, and that was like a short relationship because he's still the same stories that I heard about him back then. Still the same dude, so that was like a short-lived. But as far as like music being in my blood, because my brothers also try to do music.
Okay.
My brothers also try to do music. Now see, when they did it, they were, you know, kind of selfish in a way. Like, they wouldn't boost you. They wouldn't push that confidence out of you like a brother should. They wouldn't tell you, hey man, that shit sounds dope, but if you do it like this, that shit'll sound better. You know, they weren't that type. They were the type that, like, I don't know if you ever play video games with people and they know how to do all them extra moves, and you're like, man, how you do that? Instead of them being like, oh, this is how you do it. They're them type of niggas that be like,
I ain't gonna show you.
Nah, man, you got to figure it out. That's how they were.
Yeah.
So
I learned this on my own. You're gonna have to do the same thing.
I know a few whole ass niggas like that.
And pretty much that's why, like me, apart from my family, I'm the one who actually stuck with it. I'm the one who actually, you know, because I actually see this as a way to relieve stress, a way to vent. Like, he see me whenever I'm pissed off and we in the car or whatever, I'll go hard on some shit. You know, I just start freestyling, and the person that made me mad probably got a whole, you know, 20
few
minute
bars, you know what I mean?
Don't even know it.
Don't even know it, man. Ain't even recorded or nothing, but they got a few, you know, little jabs. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I be like, man, that shit dope, I should keep it, but nah, you know.
Sometimes you just gotta let it vent off and get it out there. And you're like, I'm not gonna put this out, you know.
Yeah,
things pass, things, you know, things blow
especially
over.
when it's over some dumb stuff.
Yeah. So Bri, when did you actually? You said you started, you know, performing at 13. When did you actually start making music, you know, as you are now?
Ooh.
When Chris criticized her?
Yeah, pretty much. No. Music, I'll do like little covers. It was never really stuff original and things like that, but it would just start like as little covers, and it just progressed from there.
Okay. How did you actually link up with Leo and everything?
I met Leo first before I met them. Actually, Leo hit me up and he was like, hey, you know, I got a CD, all this stuff. So he came through, and that was the first time we had actually met. And he was cool about it. You know, we talked for like...
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Not to cut you off. My way, I always finesse them. You have to buy a CD.
Oh,
you know
my
what I mean?
God.
Like, you have to get a CD. Like, that's how everything gets started, bro. Like, but go ahead.
That's that old school hustle.
Yeah.
You gotta buy a CD to talk, right? That's the only way.
So he came through and we were talking about all this stuff and how he came up with the CD and just talking about other people. And then he invited me. He's like, hey, you know, I got this networking party that's going to come up. And I was like, all right, I'll pull through or whatever. So he came, he picked me up and all that. And that's when I met the other team member, but he's not here. And then I met the rest of the crew. He was like, you know, come meet the team, you network with other people. So I was like, all right. So I met the whole team. Yeah.
Was that at that smoke room?
Yeah.
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 The hookah Cloud9, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's the first time I met the whole team, and everything was good. Like the vibes were good and all that day. And a couple of weeks later, he hit me up and he was just like, you know, I want you on the team. And so it's been gonna be a year later next month, and that's how long I've been with the team already.
Hey, I just noticed she met everybody before, like, I met everybody. Like, it took me a whole year to meet everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. It's that girl finesse. The girl finesse.
finesse.
Yep. You can get right there and meet everybody right off the bat.
I I
So-
heard stories about JJ. I just never knew who he was.
So what are some kind of like influences that you had, you know, with your singing and your, you know, your style and everything?
Ooh, well, yeah, definitely Selena's, but no, like English wise, like old school people like Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston.
Some big shoes.
Yeah, so, but yeah, like people like that, they're amazing. Like they're up there. Yeah, that's the queens right there.
What was kind of like the, you know, the driving factor of you trying to take it seriously as an artist, you know, really trying to push yourself and actually, you know, get with the team and go hard with it?
Well, at first it wasn't, I was just doing this like a solo thing, like just a little thing on the side. Cause I wouldn't say I didn't take it seriously, but I was just by myself. I didn't have that support and that team behind me. And I was like, oh, you know, no one's going to listen to me or no one's going to do this. So I stopped music for a while and I just, you know, didn't really pay attention to it. And then, of course, that's when Leo and the whole team were like, you know, we want you and all this stuff. So I was like, you know what, now I have a team. It's going to be much better because I have that support now to like, and I have that guidance now and that the mentors and all that.
And in reality, bro, it comes down to motivation is everything, bro. You'd be surprised how a little motivation could take somebody from not wanting to do nothing and just it's like fuck music at this point, it's whatever, to be like, well, look, Bri, I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? I believe you're talented. I believe you're good, and I believe that I could do something with you. That's all it takes, and then that's just sparked her motivation to be like, well, maybe he's right. You know, maybe he, you know, maybe I should come back and focus on the music and let me get right back into the music vibes. I was like, hey, let's do it. And then ever since then, bro, like that's all I try to do. You know, it's like my boy Marquis. Shout out my boy Marquis. He gives motivational speeches every day, bro. And in order for him to survive in his business and what he does, bro, he has to give motivational speeches every day, bro. And that's how I kind of take from that. That's how this game is, bro. Like the music, like you can have talented artists, but if you don't motivate them and if you don't, it's like I can say, okay, so y'all Durty Muzik, right? But yet I don't put them on no platforms. I don't give them no opportunities. I don't let them do nothing, and they're just sitting there. What do you think that they're gonna give you back? They're gonna give you the same.
They're gonna give you the same energy.
Yeah, and so what do? I show them instead of just telling them this is how you need to go about it. Nah, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna show them myself first. So what do? You know, I do shows out of town. We got the merchandise. We got the hustle. I do the hustle personally. I'm out there and I do the things myself so that they can see it from the outside and be like, okay, that's what I gotta do. So then now I just tell them, you see what I do, right? Yeah, that's what I want you to do, but on your own shit. And you know, ask Chris. He's been one that's been he's been on the hustle selling merchandise. You know, his first show was in Kansas City, Missouri.
Hey,
you
wow.
know. Yeah, like his first show was in Kansas City, Missouri. Like second show was in Brownsville, right? Third show was in Corpus. Fourth show was in San Antonio, bro. He didn't even perform in Houston for such a long time. Like all his shows were just strictly being out of town. But why? Because that's the hustle that I'm trying to pass on. Because it's like I'm learning, bro, but I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow as a entrepreneur, as an artist, as a person with art. Like I'm growing just as they're going, bro. I'm learning the same shit. Like I'm learning right now, and I'm learning the ins and outs of the game. I still fuck up. I still make mistakes. You know, I had a legendary move that didn't work out for me. You know that we're not gonna speak on, but it didn't work out for me, bro. And it was crazy. You can ask them. I told them this move is either gonna be very legendary or it's gonna come back and blow up in my face. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah.
I told him that.
We had a long conversation about that one too. when it went down, we were talking. I think we talked for like a good 4 hours about it. But you know,
Yeah,
it is
bro.
what it is, you know?
That was after 4 hours of like me and him conversation.
Yeah.
Look. And the funny thing is when Leo makes a move, especially a big move, it's funny though. It's either like with him, he's gonna have like it's hours conversations. Like when he makes a big move, it's like them two, they would always have like up to a 4-hour, 5-hour conversation. Me and him, when it goes down the same way, if I want to do something, we'll have a long conversation, which is why as a team, we kind of better each other. Because, you know, even when we fuck up, we learn. Even when we mess up, man, we figure out, you know, okay, when we do something in a similar fashion, it ain't going to be the same thing. We ain't going to fail. It's going to be impossible because we learn from that mistake.
Yeah.
So especially, like, sometimes in conversations get heated, sometimes in conversations get annoying, but as a family, you can't let that bother you.
Drop
you
a
got
diss record.
Yeah, it's like drop a diss record just because, you know, you couldn't take what someone said. That's why you got to be real to yourself first. You got to be real to yourself first before you could be real to anybody else. So once we find out that everybody's real to themselves, now we real with each other. Now we, you know, we loyal to each other. Now we family. So if he does something that was wrong and I don't tell him nothing about it, vice versa too, then who's the one in the wrong, really? You know, the dude that's right there that's supposed to, you know, put you on game, be like, hey, bro, nah, you know, don't do that. Hey, you know, that's going to mess up. Or at least, you know, if you're going to do that, do it like this. So that's why, you know, he, like he said, he made a real legendary move. But once it backfired, had that conversation, and everybody, like, you know,
Not talk about that.
Neither one of us are big enough to be like, oh, we're not gonna tell him we told you. Nah, hell no, we the first one fucking told you, nigga. Yeah. Told you. But at the same time, we don't just say told you. We also say, now look, we gonna learn from that. We're gonna learn from that. We're gonna do something else with it. And to be honest with you, we're gonna make a legendary move again. And this time it's gonna be more structured, more, you know, more tamed, and it's gonna turn out better than what happened the first time.
And the thing about legendary moves is either the moves are gonna work out, or two, they're not. And if they don't, you have to have a bounce back plan. Yeah. So I did. You know, I had a bounce back plan. You know, I had to do what I had to do to start 2019 different. So what did I do? I said, you know what? I'm gonna go back to focus on what I know. Chris Nomad. I'm gonna go back to focus on BriBri. I'm gonna go back to focus on what I'm doing and what I got going on, and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna be like, now I'm gonna approach everything different. So what did I start this year with? Press. We have to get interviews. We have to put this song out. So we have to get the SlumpedSessions. We have to get the Grade A's. You know, we have to get the Royal Ashleys. You know, we gotta get you know, the Jesus Ortiz. We have to get interviews with a lot of different people. Why? Because we have to get ourselves back in that mode where, hey, it's about music. Because these last few years, bro, to me, and I be quite honest about it, and this guy here gets mad all the time, but it's like, to me, it hasn't been about music, bro, because like he gets upset about it, but to me it hasn't been about music right now, bro, because I've been focused on building something else because the music, bro, like, it's the easiest thing you can do, and that's you know, that's
fighting words, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
that's
like,
all right.
The music is the easiest thing to do, bro, as far as it's not difficult to get in the studio, record, put a song out. But my whole thing was before that, the recipe that I see, bro, is what he talked about earlier. Every artist puts out music, right? But how many niggas do you know that put out music, and what exactly do they do with that music, bro? I know niggas that been doing this shit for years, putting out music, and we're on the same levels. We're still in the same position. Why? They got triple the music that we do, but why? It's because it's not about the music only, bro. You got to build a platform around your music. You got to build a platform, and that's game for any artist that's listening, bro. You got to build a platform around your music, and not just your music, because it's not all about your music, because every song is not going to hit. You know, I got to tell the camera that, but back to what I was saying, it's like every song's not going to hit, so you got to structure a business plan, bro. You got to structure, like us, we structured merchandising. We got that settled in, as you can see. Everybody's you know, Durty Muzik everybody's down. in gear. We structured merchandising, bro. We structured branding. We built a platform where we can promote weekly, which is Durty Muzik Radio. Yeah. You know, we're about to have Durty Muzik Radio on TV. So if that doesn't tell you anything, bro, I'm building a platform where now 2019, when it's time to drop music, I know what to do. I know I got to do my media runs, which is what we're doing now. I know that I needed to build that platform in order to have a platform where I can consistently play the music, put it out there and share it with the masses. So I know that I need branding as far as merchandise, content. You know, we're recording everything. Everything is visual. Everything is, we're driving our content to one place so that when we come and BriBri wants to drop a new song, Chris wants to drop a new song, guess what, bro? Boom, it's going to hit. And people are going to be like, okay, now we have a platform established with everything we got going on to start dropping new music. It's like my business partner has 11,000 subscribers on YouTube, bro. And then when we drop this video, where do you think that our video is going to go, bro? It's going to go on his YouTube channel.
To everybody, all the eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Why? Because it's all about building a platform and branding yourself. And so now I'm not gonna put it out, you know, I'm gonna put it out to a YouTube channel that has 11,000, and then we're gonna focus on getting that on World Star. Yeah. And it's all about building your platforms before you just, I'm just gonna drop music, and then it falls on deaf ears, and then who gave a fuck about your record? A whole bunch of nobody. And who gave a fuck about your record? Your friends, your cousin, your family. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But like right now,
you're trying to reach the masses with everything.
Yeah, and then like right now, I could tell you, I got a good fan base outside of Houston. I got a good following out there in the Tone. I got a good following in Corpus, Brownsville, and different places that we've been, bro. People follow and support the movement. So that's, you know, I do that for that, and I'm looking for that cloud out of town. I don't care much for the city cloud. You know what I mean? Because this is gonna come regardless.
How is it actually having, you know, such a following outside of Houston? You know, like you said, Chris did his first, you know,
legendary
show out there. You know, he's doing them in different places. How is it being able to have, you know, an outside of Houston fan base?
Oh, that's.
I'm not gonna lie. That actually shows like the actual footwork that this nigga put in prior to me being on this.
Yeah.
It actually shows that the fact that he got off his ass and went ahead and pushed himself so much, especially to get outside of the city, outside of Houston.
Outside of state.
Like, dude, like, and especially being able to do all that. I just got on. He had just brought me on. He's like, he heard the song, he loved it, and he was like, bro, you gonna perform it. Me, I'm like, all right, well, fucking what bar? And this nigga's all like, oh, we're going to Kansas City. The fuck?
Where's that at?
That's a trip
Kansas
out there.
Like, tell me about it, man. My fucking legs hurt. I was all like, oh, bro.
We drove 14 hours to get there.
And then 14
and
back.
14 hours right back that same day.
Like, right after we performed.
Who drove that way?
Well, my homegirl Faith at that time, she drove 14 hours from here all the way over there. And then I basically drove, I would like to say most of the way coming back, but she drove, we got there, got off.
I can't do
that.
Did
the show, got right back in the car,
Shit.
and came straight the fuck back.
I can't do all that driving. I could be in the passenger seat, but I ain't doing all that damn driving.
Yeah.
So that's some work right there.
And to be honest with you, that's what I was saying. Like, it shows like the amount of work that dude put in prior to even me being on the team. He did enough work to be like, hey, Chris, you gonna perform that shit, and not even in your own city. You gonna perform it, but you gonna perform it somewhere else. And so that's why, like, to me, like, that's why when I say the hustle, you know, the hustle with Leo is strong, is because, like, motherfucker does shit like that.
Fact.
It's like he pushed so much that somebody outside of Texas knows who the hell he is and trust him enough to be like, well, you know, go ahead, let's bring your artist.
A few people, bro. I don't want to toot my own horn, but a lot of motherfuckers fuck with me out of town, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
he's tooting his own horn.
He's tooting. Yeah.
He's tooting too, motherfucker.
A lot of motherfuckers fuck with me out of town, bro, and I take pride in that because it took me a while to build that platform outside of the damn city. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's why, like for him to do that, I feel like that's why I'm not starting in the city. That's why, like, when we go out of town, I'll be sure to go ahead and, you know, try to make connections, go try to link up with people. Because if he brought me, like, that much around Texas, well, shit, I'm young blood, so I'm going to go ahead and bring us a little further out of Texas. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to put my hustle to it. I'm going to try to push as hard as I can.
Even BriBri as BriBri.
Yeah, how was that?
Out there in
How
Corpus, you know what I'm saying?
how was that for you traveling?
Hey.
You know, I'm sure it's a whole new experience being able to travel
Definitely,
with
it
the
was
team.
it was a whole different experience.
She was annoying, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, right. He knows, bro. He's related.
I know that all too well.
Yeah, right.
But no, like it was definitely a crazy experience. It was good. We had some crazy just stories, man. Like especially the corporate show when things didn't go as planned, but everything worked out good. Like it was good. Yeah, it was still good.
Why didn't things go as planned, Bri? What happened?
Oh, you know why?
Yeah,
What did they try to do to you?
They try to, they didn't get all my shine time. They literally gave me 30 seconds.
What?
Yep.
Who gives 30
I don't even
seconds
think
for
it
a
was
set
30,
time?
like-
They weren't gonna give us any. They were gonna let Leo perform and cut us off.
Yeah.
So Leo was like, "Nah, fuck that." He went ahead and cut 2 of his songs off.
Yeah,
So he
that's
performed
real.
one,
That's real.
and he let me perform my song. And the fucked up thing is funny. Like the reason why I got so much respect too. He only performed 1 verse of his song. He let me perform my entire song.
That's real.
And then they cut the mics off after I finished. And he was like, hey, man, hold up. And it was because, like, some other group was there, and because of their status, they let them go a little over time. But he was like, nah, fuck that. He was like, nah, fuck that. He's like, hey, man, give her 30 seconds. Give her 30 seconds so they sing your fucking heart out, man. And he talked the DJ straight up, and he was just like, man, we ain't getting off the stage until she performs.
That's real as fuck.
So they're all like, all right, yeah. So she hit that shit. It was dope.
Yeah, bro, because I was upset. I was upset because it's like, you know what I'm saying? I put in my footwork, my time, my effort. Shout out to my boy Big Cree, out there in the town representing Merch Gang. Shout out to my boy. And we did that show, and basically they wanted to cut me short, bro. They're just like, oh, you just going to do this? I was like, nah, you got me fucked up, bro. Like
This is my time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm sitting there like having to edit my show mix. They're like, well, what are you gonna do? I'm like, well, don't worry about it, bro. Just let me use your laptop. Boom, I started editing the show mix, and so I cut off, my songs, and I only left, the one song, one verse, practically a hook and a verse. And then from there I was all like, well, then I let him perform his full song. And then they were gonna cut her off completely, and I told her, come on stage, and she ran on the stage, and then they were gonna cut her off, and then I was all like, nah, bro, give me 30 seconds. I'm all like, man, give me 30 seconds, let her sing her fucking heart out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then they were like, all right, and then I was like, drop that, because even if they would have said, if they wouldn't have played that music, I don't give a fuck. She would have a cappella that verse, and I was gonna do what I was gonna do and get mad at me, but I don't care. Like, you're not gonna do that like that. But sure enough, they played the song and she sang, and I think she got the verse and the hook, and then they cut it out. But to me, that was like more than enough. Like, hey, she got what she got out of it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, like, hey, we all got what we got out of it, because
It was good because once we got off the stage, the crowd they were lit. They were good. Like, we got good feedback.
Yeah, okay,
from
so
that.
the guy, and it's not, I'm not gonna say his name, but the motherfucker knows who he is. but this nigga, bro, was performing for over, like, okay, I get it if you're Daddy Yankee, bro. You know what I mean? I get it if you're fucking
Like, up there.
Nicky Jam. You know what I mean? But if you're
Man,
if
it
you're
was just-
if you're like not on that level, bro, and you're performing for fucking 30
Way
to
past your
35
time.
minutes, bro, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, and then the people, it was a lot of people, bro, and the crowd just kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, to the point where there was only about how many people left when he was almost done performing?
It was like 4 or 5 of people just standing. And the fucked up thing is, we have a bad history of being behind the motherfuckers that make the crowd just go away. But see, the thing is that we bring energy. So like even there in Corpus,
We
had
brought
a
that
small
crowd back, bro.
we had a small crowd, and then by the end of it, there was more people right there. It kind of sucks. It was like, man, but to be honest with you, it just goes ahead and shows that we don't play when we go out there. And San Antonio, same thing. I forgot who they had performed, but dude was just like garbage, and the crowd just was gone. The crowd was gone.
Yeah, there was literally maybe like 20 people less.
probably
Not even.
2 drunk people dancing, and
And then when we went in there, bro, we had I'm talking about
From the stage
like
to the back.
200 people, bro. Like I bullshit you not, bro. Let a God strike us down. It's documentary. You see my
Strike him down,
documentary?
you know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
seen it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about like, you see my documentary, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
so-
Dirty Music Inc., the Hustle documentary. It's now
I
available.
was watching it last night.
Man, it's
Yeah,
very
so-
informative, right?
Yeah.
So you seen that whole crowd of people in San Antonio that we were performing in front of, bro. Like that was real, and all that crowd wasn't there up until we hit the stage.
There was people
Yeah.
on the sides, people behind the stage. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
You couldn't see.
Yeah.
And then one thing that I like is that she gets really like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like she gets.
Whoa,
in her,
what y'all talking about? Hold up.
That's the exact move she does. She
yeah,
does this
she
thing.
gets on that, and then when she's on stage, it's like it hits her at that moment.
Dude, it's funny. It's like, cause all throughout the day, she's like dripping with sauce, like she's todo mucho
Oh,
jazz.
yeah.
I'm every fucking thing.
5
And then
minutes till
5
face
minutes
time.
till, and she, oh man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm nervous in a different. I'm nervous the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I was nervous I was gonna get shot. You know what I'm saying? I saw them pretty girls there. I was like, man, one of their gangster boyfriend gonna shoot me for looking. But anyway, but yeah, no, she's like just like, you know, everything before, and then like 5 minutes till, she's just, you know, just skirt. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool because it shows that, you know, you still got that, you know. You still kind of want it to the point where you know you don't want to mess up. Because most people who don't have that, they get on stage, mess up, and then they don't care
And then
because
she
they don't
came
really
on
love
stage
it.
and killed it, and it was crazy because it's like there was all kinds of people on the crowd fanning out, like talking about, you know,
yeah.
fucking going crazy for Bree.
Yeah, that
and
was
Bree's,
tripped out.
Bree's over there just like straight up, like I could see it in her face, like 'cause
I
have
don't
it on
know
film,
you.
bro. like her shit was like, oh my God, they're fucking going crazy for me. Like I was like, hey, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like
Yes, and we did this little. It's
Yeah.
funny though. I'm kind of glad that, you know, I get to go on the road with her and everything, because it's, you know, granted, you know, we
hey,
have our,
even you know what, Bree? Even Crystal City was fucking. Even Crystal City. You should have seen her face. I got it on film too. Her face when she was performing in Crystal City, and we were passing out, so we got this thing. Pins, so we were passing out pins and we put them inside our jackets. So
I forgot
we're-
about Crystal City.
We're walking around like, here you go,
It
here
was
you go.
freezing cold that day, and it was cold. Don't tell me
It
nah.
was cold, but the way you shake when it's cold ain't the way you was shaking. You was shaking.
It was a nervous cold.
Yeah, it was a nervous shit.
Okay, but once I started singing, it was a whole different ball game. So don't be doing that.
And then so we performed projects there.
That was for the first time.
second time.
Second time.
The first time was at
The Halloween, or yeah.
So we did that over there, and then all the kids were all like running up to her, like surrounding her, like literally,
It was the
like
cutest thing.
It's like like a whole bunch of kids surrounding her, trying to get stuff, and me, you know, looking down, and Bree's over there like, oh, super happy,
She was
giving.
finally taller than
Shit,
us.
even older people.
Yeah,
Finally, I'm taller than
Oh my god.
yeah, but I mean, it's some dope shit, bro. Like I said, bro, one thing about like if you fuck with Dirty Music and you're part of the team, bro, like I don't make nobody any less than anybody else, bro. Like the same shit I do for him, I do for her, and what I do for her, I do for him.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's how it's gonna continue to remain. It's like I get shows, I put them on shows. It's like, yes, we're not talking about that, Chris. But actually,
Let's
yeah,
not bring that.
he claims that I starve him, but that's not the truth. You know?
One
Yeah, I
time,
mean-
Chris. One time.
It hurt, man. It hurt.
One time for the one time. Yeah, man, but it's
One
true
too
though.
many.
I did starve him, but he deserved it. You know what I mean? Let's just
He needed to look show
let's
ready.
get it straight, right? You know what I'm saying? If you sign a Dirty Music, just know you will be starved, and you gotta hit it.
We'll
how
be
you get it.
starved.
It's for your
no
good. It's-
sleep.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't
nothing.
think
It's for your own
that's what
good.
it means whenever you say, I want you to have a hunger in you.
Oh,
I don't think that that's what
he
people
meant.
would say.
That's what you were telling me. You gonna be hungry.
I learned that from JJ. I learned that from JJ.
That's tough love.
Facts.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Hey, you gotta sacrifice though, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know. Man, I was gonna say when y'all talking about that code, was it that Bronzeville code?
Oh,
Was it that type of code?
Brownsville was
know.
worse. I ain't gonna lie. Brownsville was worse.
I mean, we
I don't
had,
think Bree went to that.
No,
one.
she
but we had one team member that completely just disappeared. He
dude
went
was-
back to the car and just stayed there.
Dude was in the car the whole
it was
thing.
so cold. I mean, so cold. We didn't know how cold it was gonna be, so we took
That's when I
sweaters.
made that trench coat famous.
Yeah, it's funny though because it's like we're like freezing cold, we're
And that's
freezing
on
our
the
balls off.
documentary as well too. So.
We're freezing our
Watch the
balls off, but
documentary.
when we get on stage for some reason, you know what I'm saying, your adrenaline and the fact that you're moving.
Code, right? You know, my legendary, my big old, I forgot what they call it.
Inspector Gadget
Inspector
coat.
Gadget coat, yeah, look,
Hey,
like khaki.
but that trip, we were freezing, we were hungry, we didn't eat for hours on the road.
I needed a drink before I got on stage. I didn't get it.
Everybody
You know what I'm
was asking
saying?
for food.
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
even think we ate till we got to the club. right?
And you know what? And you know what? A lot of people don't realize. It's like when we did the show in Kansas City, bro. We literally killed the stage for 20 minutes. Like killed the stage for 20 minutes, and that shit was dope. Like we killed the stage. You know, that was no actually. 24 minutes was we rocked it for 24 minutes that stage, and man, everybody was loving it. The tone in the tone we rocked it for damn near 20 minutes too. We rocked that show for 20 minutes, and that's a damn near a headliner slot, you know what I mean, to get, you know, 20 minutes. And for Brownsville too, we had like 10 to 15 minute performance in Brownsville. So at the end of the day, like that's, you know what I mean, like
You're catching people's attention and you really
Yeah.
making fans out there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
Brownsville was pretty fun. It was pretty dope, man. We had our logo on the back. I didn't even notice until I got off stage and
Oh,
he
the
showed me a
LCD
video.
screen.
Yeah, also like I had like tunnel vision. I was like, man, I just want to get on stage, do this shit, and
They
get
didn't throw
off.
fucking merchandise.
And man, he told me, he gave me a shirt. He gave me a shirt and he's like, hey man, throw the shirt during your performance. And I'm like, all right. But I got so into it, dude. I forgot I had this shirt in my
I
hand.
gave Chris a shirt. I'm like, during your performance, throw the shirt out to the
So
crowd.
every time we perform,
He's
He's
over
over
there
there
just
just
that
using
shirt.
And they won't let me live it down, man. They won't let me live it down. I haven't done it ever again.
That shirt turned into a security blanket. He was hugging on to it. Like,
And then I see him in the crowd. He's like, the shirt.
I'm waving the shirt I got in my hand. I'm like,
And I was like, I look at my
hand.
hand. I was like, oh shit.
This dude had tunnel vision. Chris had tunnel vision. He was just focused. Like,
I was
he
just
looking
going,
at me.
man.
But I mean, he did a good performance.
And the
I
whole
just
way
didn't
though,
throw the
like
shirt.
the whole way though, I was telling them, I was like, man, I'm kind of nervous. The whole way I was telling them I'm kind of nervous. So whenever I got there, you know, I was kind of acting like I wasn't nervous until a nigga had to get on stage and he was like, throw a shirt. And I was like, oh shit, you telling me to do a little too much now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, I got to rap and throw something? Oh fuck.
Yeah.
You know, but
You're gonna miss and just throw it straight on the ground.
yeah,
You
that's
gonna
all.
throw it to me and shit. Nah.
You.
I know you'll like it. Nah, but
I had to give Chris a shot after that.
yeah, no. Whenever
So
I
he
get
could
on
calm
stage, he's
down
like,
and shit.
I get you a shot, bro.
Here you go. You
I had like
deserve
the
it.
jitters and shit. So it's just, you know, to be honest with you, I love it so much that, you know, whenever I get on stage and I do get that feeling, that actually makes me like, when we get off stage, I'll be like, man, I want to go back on that stage, bro.
Yeah.
yes.
I ain't lie, bro. Like I see the improvements. You know, I mean, I seen I mean, this is gonna sound kind of fucking funny, but when I first performed ever in life, I used to hump the stage. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That boy dry hump the air.
yeah, nah, like if that makes sense, bro. No, I mean like I would just stand with the microphone and then I would just bend my legs, like if I was dry humping the air, like, but I wouldn't move from that same spot. I would just bend my legs, bro. Like it's like a stroke. That's what it was. No, facts. That's how I performed because I didn't know better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't comfortable. But then over the years, bro, I've been performing for a few years now. It's like right now, I'm not going to say I'm the coldest, but I can tell you I feel like I'm good at it. You know what I mean? And can I improve? Hell yeah, I can. You know what I mean?
Always
But-
room for improvement.
Always room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always room for improvement, but I feel like I could get better, and I know that Chris is definitely getting better. That nigga was stiff as fuck. Like, he was a struggle, but he got there. You know what I'm saying? Like Bree, like Bree's like more natural on stage, but she also has her stiff moments. You know what I
Look,
mean?
from performing in front of just a bunch of drunk motherfuckers, because that's what I do. I get drunk and then I start rapping. From doing that to actually getting in front of people that are actually looking at you, that are actually paying attention, and actually want to see what you do. Because I've seen when someone's performance took away from what they were doing because they didn't know how to perform. Nobody was listening to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy like that. It's like people are there to listen to you, but because you're doing something on stage that they don't like or that they don't feel comfortable with, or they feel like you feel uncomfortable with your own style, they're not gonna listen to you. You know what I'm saying? So.
And my boy Big Cruz, that nigga's always like, cause every time I go on stage, like I like to connect with the crowd, bro.
Finesse guy.
Yeah, like I like to connect with the crowd, bro. Like it. So I'll sit there and tell them. I like to tell the people that watch stories. You know, while I'm on stage, I'll be like, hey, can I tell you a story real quick? I'll be like, yeah. And then he's always clowning on me because like he'll randomly be like, "Can I tell you a story real quick?" and then he'll do the voice of the random fan that was on there, like, "Yeah, I want to hear a story. I want to hear a story." Like, and then he's always doing that to me, bro. But I'd be like, "Hey, but that's my way of connecting with the crowd. That's my way of getting the crowd because it's like you know, artists. If you don't connect with the crowd, they're not gonna fuck with your movement."
You can do your
FYI.
set. Yeah, you can do
You know
your
what I'm
set
saying?
all the way through, but if you take a little break in between each song, just talk to the crowd, get them involved with it. It changes the whole dynamic of the performance.
Man, and give away free merchandise to the crowd. That's how you have them in the palm of your hands.
People love
before
that.
you ruin the crowd, especially when the dude before you fucks shit up, and you see that ain't nobody there, and you're like, man, because they're all like, man, I don't even want to look at the next person, and they're like, we got free merch. They'd be like, oh, we'll give them a shot, you know, we'll give them a shot. They'll come back up, and then we kill it, and because the music is as dope as our energy, they stick around. You know, they'll stick around and more people will come. But man, it's just like performing, like actually going out of town with you know this group of people. It's been fun. For me, it's been like real fun. Like we had one hiccup, one headache. Actually, two. We had a couple. Actually, we had a couple hiccups, a couple of headaches, but it never took away from the adventure we were having. Yeah. So when we got off stage on the way home, it was always better than on the way there.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to talk a little bit about the radio. What is the kind of platform that you have as the weekly show?
Man, well, Durty Muzik Radio is something that was started to give us access and to the media for us to be able to produce weekly content. Durty Muzik Radio was created for us, for the people, for us to be able to produce weekly content, to give us a platform. I also wanted to be able to help out. I'm in the game. I know the struggle of motherfuckers not wanting to spin your shit. I know the struggle of people not wanting to help you. I know the struggles of nobody wanting to be there for you when they're supposed to be there for you. Like, I know those struggles. So since I know those struggles, I was like, I need to create a platform where I can give up-and-coming artists the opportunity that probably won't be heard or probably will get heard. But at least I know that through my platform, I guarantee them to be heard because I'm the DJ. I'm the one, I'm the one that DJs and hosts and, and does the radio. So I know that if I put it out there and I put the energy out there for the team, for the radio, that I know people are going to come through and they're going to fuck with the movement. They're going to support the movement. So the radio is basically just a platform, that is sponsored by Grade A Media Production. I know you heard of Grade A Media.
Yeah.
But they're one of the hottest media companies out here and in the city, and I support them, and I'm in business with them, and
shout out to Skrilla.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Skrilla Montana. Shout out to Brooks. Shout out to Tan Chemistry Corner. Shout out to everybody out there in the camp that's really helping us move. That's really helping us grow. I just want to say big shout out to them. But they put me in a position where I can help other people, where I can grow as a platform. And this week I'm interviewing GT Garza.
Okay.
We have GT Garza come. Last week we had Little Villain. I'm saying he was part of the Most Hated Aggravated. Yeah. And he's a legend out here. He just got a legendary award too. And we interviewed him last week, and then this week we're gonna interview GT Garza on the shows every Wednesday from 8 to 10. Every Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. Make sure you download the app, available on Google, at the Google Store, on the Apple Store, whatever you got.
Google Play and the App Store on Apple.
Make sure you download the app, and download the app and tune in every Wednesday from 8 to 10. This week, like I said, we have GT Garza coming on the show.
That's dope.
And hopefully for the week after GT, we're working on Killer Calion. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
And he just dropped his.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
dropped. Yeah, so we're looking
30
to-
days, 30 depths, I believe.
yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right now we're looking to get him involved, and hopefully, we get the big yes, and after him I have another special surprise that I got planned. So, like, one thing I'm doing is just growing the platform and letting artists know that we are available for booking.
Yeah.
Any artist out there that don't have a platform, want to be heard, want that promo, whatever it is, come
Like-
through, fuck with the movement, support the movement. Submit your music, MP3 format. No links at dmiradio2018@gmail.com. That's dmiradio2018@gmail.com.
Yeah, and it's not just artists as well. If you got a business and you want to
Business.
promote it and
Yeah.
all that stuff, you could also hop on it. Like, it ain't just music. That's one thing that Durty Muzik is trying to do different. Even though music's in the name, we want to branch out to any and everybody. If you're starting a business, or if you're struggling to do something, we want to be that team to help you.
Yeah.
And it's because there's not a lot of people out there who would help. So if you want your stuff heard, if you want your brand to be out there, if you want to actually put yourself on a platform and be able to do that, we're given that opportunity. We're given that chance.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing about Durty Muzik, which is dope, is that we go outside of just music, because there's somebody who's right now probably trying to start up a little local, business,
Yep.
trying to start their own salon, trying to start their own, whatever it is, and they could come and get our fan base to hear them out and see what they're about and
Yeah.
fuck with them.
I fuck with that. I mean, even just what I'm doing, I've had, some other people who aren't artists come on the show, and they're, everybody's looking for promotion. Everybody's been able to just get their word out there of what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Look, before you move on that, I want to ask you something personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you feel as far as platforms that charge artists to get heard? You know what I'm saying? Are you with it? Are you against it? Or, I ask for different reasons. You know what I mean?
No, that's actually something, I kind of wanted to ask you, but, it's kind of weird because I'm not against it, because of course everybody's got to make a living. Everybody's, doing, what they got to do. But I think about it, I think I heard Say Cheese talking about it. Say Cheese was talking about it, of how he was talking to Vlad. I was watch the interview with Say Cheese talking to Vlad TV, how one charges and one doesn't. Vlad TV doesn't charge because he feels like if you charge, people are gonna find a way to be able to, just pay their way onto the show.
Yeah.
And you're not really promoting stuff that you believe in, but you're promoting anything that somebody's gonna pay you for.
Yeah.
And I feel that. But then on the other side, of course, everybody's got to, try to make a living. And if, somebody's wanting to promote themselves, and, if they're doing their media runs, they're saying, hey, let me pay, a little bit to get on your show. I don't see nothing wrong with that at the end of the day. But as far as me, I don't charge anybody. I've never charged anybody for an interview. Anybody, who asks for an interview, I always just say, send me your music. If I fuck with it, I'm going to get you on. If I like what you're doing, if I like what you stand for, I'm going to get you on.
Okay.
And, that's kind of just how I feel about it. For me personally, I don't want to charge anybody to get on the show, because I just don't want people to feel like they're going to be able to pay their way to get on, and it's not going to be authentic to what I like and what I believe in. And what I believe in is like dope music, somebody who I actually fuck with.
Yeah.
A lot of the people I see at shows, they have, great stage performances. They might not have a whole catalog of music behind them, but if I really fuck with what they're doing, they got it. They could come on anytime.
Yeah. You see, and me, and my opinion on that, it's like I believe, I agree, but then I disagree in certain things, because it's like, I personally, for my platform, I charge. You know what I'm saying? Like, but also the part where I say I don't agree, because I don't just bring anybody for the money.
Yeah.
Like, I still have to like you. You know
still
what I'm saying?
have, standards that they have to live up to.
Yeah, it's like if
Because we could tell a nigga to fuck off real quick.
Yeah.
But if you send me some trash ass music and then you want to come on the show, then Bro, I can show you, like, I've rejected so many people that want to come on the show, but that's because, bro, you sound like you recorded in the fucking restroom, bro. And at this point, it's like, what am I going to do? Like, oh, you know, I'm promoting this guy, and then he comes on air, and then you get that. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to be like, dude, like, why'd you lower your standards? You know what I mean? So in regards to that, it's like, I don't ever lower my standards, but I do believe in charging a platform, because I believe that, you know, and this is maybe something for you to consider as well, is this isn't free, bro. The game
promotion isn't free.
The game isn't free. And do you know how much money I've invested into this? You know how much self-promotion, self-hustle, everything that came out of my pockets, that came away from my family's plate, that I took from that to put into this, and everything that I did, that all the money that I've invested into this, that I look at it, because I've been hearing people have, local radio stations shouldn't charge, but then it's like, you fail to realize I have to pay rent. Yeah. I have to pay rent for this office. I have to pay rent for equipment.
To buy these mics, you have to buy that laptop, you have to buy the interface.
All this shit, bro, right here, you got a few $1,000s. Just look, a few $1,000s with this shit right here set up.
You had to get that banner made, you know what I'm saying? It's so everything.
The way that I look at it, it's like, and you know what's crazy is always one spouse, girlfriend, wife, the one that they understand the most, because they're the ones that be like, damn, bro, you're spending too much money on that. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right?
It's just like,
They can say, like, you spending too much money on that. You need to do this. You need to do that. So they see it the most, bro. So the way that I look at it is the reason that I believe in charging for our platform. And at that, bro, I'm not knocking niggas outside the head. Yeah. I'm not knocking none of you niggas upside the head. I'm $25, bro.
I was about to say, because like there's dudes who charge outrageous prices. Yeah. And like, dude, ours goes as low as 25, about as high as what, 150.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if you can't do 25, first off, nigga, get the fuck out the game. Yeah. If you can't do 150 and you showing bling bling and yada yada, then nigga.
And then at that, bro, this is my other thing on that. So if I'm giving you a platform, right? But I'm not just giving you a platform, bro. I'm giving you a platform with viewers that's drawing in numbers, that's bringing in people. I'm giving you a name, something that's established, and something that's growing every week and that's consistent every week. Yeah. That's what you're paying me $25 for. You're not paying me $25, what, 50 to sit and talk and have because first off, if you're on my show, it's because I believe in you. Yeah. And I got faith. And I've had I've met some dope people, like, y'all need to search up Ray the Boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got songs with Propane, with Big Pokey, and I didn't know anything about him. I had his producer was the one that hit me up, and he was all like, man, I got this guy, Ray the Boss. You need to look into him. I'm like, well, bet, let me check him out. He sent me his video. I'm like, dude, this guy is fire, man. He's a young guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a young cat. So I'm like, man, he's fire, bro. You know what? I'm gonna fuck with him. You know what? I told him, hey, well, look, pay that 25 and bring him on the show. And he's like, man, that's a bet. Boom, he sent me the 25. I booked him. I met him, talked to him. Bro, it's like a real dope artist. Like he's a genuine dope artist. And I met him through the service. You know what I mean? Through just I've met different people that I met. BriBri brought, Jason. I met Jason through BriBri. He came in through and he paid his money to be on the station, get interviewed, and I learned a lot about him. And he's a producer. And that's the thing, I've had a whole football team in there before, bro. Like, shout out to the Texas Raiders. You know what I mean? Like, I had them in there, and they paid their sponsorship fee, and they got on the show, and then I learned a lot about them. So think of it like this: it's like at the end of the day,
how much are you willing to invest in yourself?
Yeah, and they're getting that opportunity and everything else. So for those people out there that be like, you shouldn't charge. Well, I'm going to just put it out like that's their business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you don't want to charge, then that's your problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I built, what I got, what I'm worth, where I'm headed, and how I'm going to do it, to the point where it's like, look, bro, like personally and for you, like if you believe in Slump Sessions, you should. You know what I'm saying? You should charge your fee and be like, hey, bro, don't hit somebody upside the head, but be like, hey, give me $15 for an interview. Yeah. And give me $20, give me $25 for an interview. Why? Because at the end of the day, think about it, bro. You're providing a platform you're bringing numbers, you're bringing footage, you're doing all kinds of different stuff. So at the end of the day,
you still at the end of the day, man, you yourself and your family still gotta eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and like us being in it, we know that all this shit don't come free and it don't come cheap.
oh,
You know what I'm saying?
It fucking doesn't.
So,
And I've even had, people whenever they reach out, hey, can I get an interview? I'm like, yeah, send me your stuff. Okay, how much do you charge? And right now I think at this point I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build an audience. I'm trying to build, the people who are going to watch. Because, I could put up a video and it doesn't get as many views as, somebody might think. But I'm trying to build, a platform. I'm trying to build this as,
And YouTube is the hardest platform to build numbers, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Like YouTube is the hardest place to get to run them. To get subscribers, YouTube is difficult. To get views on YouTube is difficult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know that.
Like, yeah, bro. Like, that ain't no joke. You got the people that get them 50,000 right off the rip. But then it's like the people like us, you know what I'm saying? We don't sit there and get, 5,000 views on our shit right away. Like, it takes time to get to those. That's why, like, I respect and I see what you're doing, bro, because you're building a platform off of YouTube that's fucking hard.
I might get, 100, 200 views off of a video.
But they're genuine fucking views from YouTube, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, I agree, bro. But if I gotta tell you anything, bro, it's just keep going, bro. Don't be consistent with this shit and don't let nobody tell you that you need to stop or, you know what I'm saying?
And don't let nobody use you.
Yeah.
Cause
I've learned that.
Because to be honest with you, like starting off, I remember Leo would always, for the low help niggas out because, he had love for them, he respect them. And, even to this day, he rocks his homeboy stuff, his homeboys merch and everything. Yep. And I had to tell him at one point, I was like, man, let me tell you, dog, like the ones that you rocking right now, have you ever seen them rock your shit?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Have they, like, they know you got to pay your bills. Have they offered to just be like, nah, bro, you ain't got to do it like that, man. I got you. If they didn't, then cut them niggas off.
That's real.
And that's because that ain't real love.
I want to bring up, like, loyalty, too. Like, I see a lot of people talking negative about loyalty, saying that loyalty don't exist. Man, we're living proof that loyalty exists. Yeah. Now, what I got to say to them people that don't believe it is you got to earn it. And you got to create it. If you don't have a loyal team, it's because you haven't created that yet.
Yeah, if there ain't no reason for me to be loyal to you, then why am I loyal to you?
And you have to teach yourself how to create it. I mean, you just can't say, hey, let's be loyal to each other. We gonna make music and make money.
Hey, you're loyal to me, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you don't put that energy out and you don't create that loyalty, you're never gonna see it. Yeah. You're never gonna see it. Your team has to see that you're willing to do whatever, to sacrifice whatever, and that's how you get that loyalty.
Yeah, there's also such thing as negative loyalty, like something, because there's positive loyalty and there's negative loyalty. Negative loyalty is when you're so loyal to a nigga that you're willing to go down with that dude. Like, say if you're doing so much of it yourself, you coming up, but that dude, because you're loyal to him, that's dragging you down, you stick with him, and to the point where you ain't got nothing now. You know what I'm saying? That's negative loyalty. That's, what he says, hustling backwards. But if you're loyal to somebody and y'all are helping each other, just like a relationship, you know what I'm saying? If y'all help each other build, man, that shit gonna flourish. Yeah. Ain't nothing gonna break that. But if it's somebody that's just holding you back, it's like, why you loyal to that nigga? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why you giving them your all when they ain't even giving you 2%? Yep. So, like, we've seen that, like, personally in our personal lives, and then with this stuff too, we seen it. So it's something that Durty Muzik, we're trying to perfect between each other, between us. You know what I'm saying? We loyal to each other.
But we're living proof.
And we'll show each other.
There's loyalty in a team. Yeah, you know what I mean? There can be loyalty.
And it ain't just us here, right here. You know what I'm saying? Because there's also the grade A media dudes that, we fuck with tough. That, we loyal to them, they loyal to us. And, it's not something you could pay for. It's not something you can just grab out of thin air. It's something you actually have to work at and build. You know what I'm saying? It ain't something that just comes freely. And if it does, most of the time it's the negative.
And basically, like, saying you're loyal and being loyal is two different things.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, and to end that right there is simple, man. Like, loyalty comes with time, bro. And I feel like I've invested enough time in her and him and him, and he's invested enough time in everybody, and we've all invested enough time on everybody that we're at the point where, hey, bro, trust me when I tell you, bro, we have a strong bond.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we go through shit. Like, he pisses me off all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like he pisses me off too. You know what I'm saying?
She does too.
She pisses me off at times too.
And they all piss me off.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I know he gets mad because, like I said, bro, like, you know, I don't consult for shit sometimes. I just make decisions, make shit happen. You know,
if it goes good, he'll get a 30-minute talk. If it goes bad, that's that 5-hour combo.
But you know what? Like, at the end of the day, it's like one thing, it's like I will never do anything to affect the team. I'm going to always better the team, and my focus is always going to be on bettering the team. If we ain't bettering the team, like, I'm not going to mess with that. That's why I know, like, the people, like, I'm surrounded with are loyal people, like, you know, everybody here, like my nigga, like I mentioned him a few times, like my boy Big Cruz, he's not even from the city, and he showed me a lot of loyalty that people that are from the city that don't even show me, and he's shown me a lot of loyalty, and he lives in a whole nother city, in a whole nother state, and he's shown me a lot of loyalty, so I show him the same amount of loyalty. So I have people like in different places that, you know, that rock with a nigga. So it's like, if you're loyal and you show me throughout time. But it's like, you know, if we just started fucking with you and then you show me your cards right off the rip, like, I don't respect that. You know what I mean? And that's just that. You know what I mean?
I think it boils down to, like y'all said, everything at the basis of everything. Y'all are a family.
Yep.
Y'all are a family at the beginning of everything. Before this is, you know, friendship. Before
no
it's
pun intended, right? No pun intended. Since we're literally family, right?
Yeah, it's a family.
Oh, dear.
It is like that.
She's having a breakdown, bro. What's going on over there?
But yeah, I mean, back to like your question. I mean, I think I'm just trying to build my brand itself. Like y'all charge, y'all have more viewers, y'all have more listeners, y'all have more ears that y'all can do. I'm still trying to build myself up to get to that.
Yeah, facts. Hey, but you know what I want to do, bro? Too. I'm gonna tell you too, because you know you're doing us a favor, so I feel like it's only right for me to you know, to do something for you. If you want, you can. We can figure out. We could shoot a commercial for you, and I'll put it on the. I'll put it on the radio weekly, and then like that, I'll promote Slump Sessions.
That would be amazing.
Like I'll promote Slump Sessions weekly. You know what I'm saying? And then when we get it on TV, you know, I'll throw one of your commercials in there.
That'd be amazing.
You know, I'll throw a commercial in there and we'll do it like that. And that's like, you know, favor for a favor. Like, you look out for me like you did today. And and then I'll look out for you.
I've never done an interview myself.
Ooh, tables turn.
Yes, exactly. Tables turn.
It needs
That's
to be
weird.
The tables turn.
That's weird.
There we go.
That's weird, but yeah. I mean,
And it's, hey, bro, I'm not lying to you. Like, I'm as right now, I'm trying to get better as a journalist. Like, I'm actually
still
like
working on too.
I'm working on actually, I've learning a lot from you. Like, I'll bullshit aside, bro. Like, not because I'm telling you, like, just the way that you ask questions and the way you transition and the way that you don't let the conversation go dull. Like that falls back on the. And that's for y'all to learn.
I remember when the radio, oh my God, we had a lot of dull moments.
A little dead silence.
I remember when that shit used to happen. Yeah. That boy Leo used to try, well, we're gonna, he'll try to intervene real quick.
When we first started, bro, I didn't know what the fuck. I was just winging it, you know, and then, but that's something for y'all. You seen how he carried this conversation, the whole interview? Yeah. That's how y'all gotta carry it when it's your time. Because they're eventually gonna be the host and the co-host of Durty Muzik Radio. You know?
Say what?
And I think that, you know, that takes it's hard. It's hard. A lot of people don't understand. I mean, I could be prepared, but I had 15 questions prepared. We've already gone through those in the first 20 minutes. It's an hour and a half in.
Swear to God, Jesus! I knew there was something wrong when
it's
someone turned the lights off outside.
We should cut it short. Right, give me short. Yeah.
So if you're able to turn, 15 questions into a whole hour and a half,
is like I need to.
But that also falls upon the guests that are able to carry conversation too.
Facts.
Facts,
but before, because we are gonna end this interview right about now.
You know what I'm saying?
But before we end it, I just want to tell everybody and let the world know we do have a new single
projects
that's gonna be dropping soon called Projects, and it's featuring myself, BriBri, Chris Nomad, And the Dirty Max from Screwston, Texas. I'm in the game. I got my next. But he said, "Yep, got a squad filled with Mac Connects, and it's hard to fail when the whole team wrecks."
Yeah.
Hold up, don't give away all the lyrics now.
Okay. But, you know, behind that, y'all are working on a project, are y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do y'all have any release date for the project yet?
Well, this guy here wants to drop it. Like, if it was up to him tonight, you know what I'm saying?
It dropped 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm holding back on that for the simple reason that I'm trying to do this.
You're doing the media runs
I'm trying to
and-
get the hype up for the song.
Yeah.
And so we're already on this phase of it. So I got to do a few more. Yeah, I got to do a few more press runs, and then right after the press runs, then I'll set a date and be like, okay, we're dropping it this day, but this month, before this month is over, we're shooting the visual
Okay.
for that song Projects. We're shooting the visual this month for sure, which is what already the freaking
We got like what, 3 more
the
weeks?
12.
2?
We got 2 more weeks. And so basically, I'm looking to shoot this video ASAP, get it, probably start production as early as next week.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, get this video out the way. You know, it's gonna be shot by Skrilla Montana or my boy Joe. One of them two are gonna shoot the video. So whoever shoots it. But we're looking to have the video's gonna be ready. The song's gonna be ready, so when we drop, bro, we're gonna drop heavy. And like I said, I'm looking to put I'm gonna put the video. I'm gonna put it on the
Grade
Grade
A.
A Media YouTube channel because they have 11,000 subscribers, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, Skrilla's always helped me, and
I'm trying to get there.
yeah, bro. So he always offered me, and he's like, whatever I got, is yours. I'll help you. I'm like, hey, well, bro, put me on your channel. And then help me with this promo, and then help me get these views up on this video. And right now I'm setting up all the paperwork and the publishing as far as that goes.
And see, that's a great thing about having a team is that, you know what I'm saying, like, we help each other with our resources.
Yeah.
We're able to back each other up. We're able to put each other in a better light. We're able to do more than what we were when we were by ourselves, which is why loyalty and having that foundation of family, it's very important. It means a whole bunch, and it helps this entire train keep moving. And to be honest with you, think about it. If we didn't have Skrilla to do it, then, of course, it would have been a hell of a lot harder, too. So, you know what I'm saying? Then we'll probably
I would have
around.
really had to have been sponsoring the fucking YouTube.
It would have still got done. But
I would have still got numbers, bro.
I was about to say, it still would have got done. The thing is that we would have had to fuck with some niggas that we probably wouldn't even fuck with because they hit you over the head with a ridiculous
I would have
price.
had to have gone to look for somebody with a lot of subscribers on YouTube, and then I would have had to have been like, well, look, bro, I'll chunk you, this much money, put me on your YouTube channel, and let my video be there. But of course, I wouldn't worry because the publisher, everything's gonna be done on the back end. So we're gonna collect on that regardless of what it is. But I mean, it's different for me to put it on 150 subs to fucking 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. So it's a big difference, and those numbers alone make a big difference on what you get on your numbers.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would have outsourced it regardless, but thank God, like I said, bro, to me it's about building everything around before I drop music. And now it's like he's very impatient. He wants music and he wants it now.
I want
You know
my
what I'm
music and I want it now.
But
I'm not gonna lie, I'm the same fucking way.
so
we got 3 talented artists here,
Where?
and
I don't see him.
and for me, like, music will never come fast enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I know they're all talented, man. So it's
He
like
would love to
I wanna-
stockpile.
I want to see so many songs from them. So it's never gonna come fast. So I tell them, I think every day. I think I tell you every day. Like, where's the fucking music? Where's the fucking music? Like, there ain't no music being recorded.
And
ain't no music being
no
released.
bullshit.
I'm appreciative.
If you look at Leo's messages, you see a lot of voice messages from me where I'm just like writing song after song, and I'm just sending him
And
all
me,
different
so
shit.
like, I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna let off. I'm gonna keep pushing Leo, so Leo can keep pushing them. Like, I want to see piles of songs where we backed up, where we have so many that we can't even release them all. Like, it's just, I mean, we have talented artists, so I want to see just ass loads of songs.
And you know what? Then the single that we're following this one with Projects is called Downfall. And I really relate to that because I feel like I see this happen all the time. Like people are always talking about somebody is praying for their downfall, and then just the way it's like, oh, how does the hook go? All they ever pray was for my downfall, and then Chris comes in and he does like the second part of the hook, and it's like just like man, how does my verse start on that, Chris? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either, bro. Cause the funny thing about that verse is that usually he'll work on a verse, but like me, I was just chilling at the office making merchandise and stuff, and Leo comes in, he on his shit,
in like
and
10 minutes, bro.
Hey Chris, man, put that beat on. I think, why I gotta use my phone? Put that beat on. I was like, fuck it, put the beat on, and like in 5 fucking minutes, this dude just killed a verse, and I'm just like. Okay.
and the verse was like, once upon a time they didn't look my way. Now I came up, now they want my way. They want what I got, they want what I build.
Won't work for this shit,
but you want a deal. Look what it is, my nigga, one time. Want my shine, but you lack the grind. I've been on the climb.
I've been on the road. Thousands of units independent sold.
Man, that's like
okay.
That's
the funny
like
thing is,
facts,
I always
bro.
remember his verses. Like once he says
like
it, I'm
facts,
like, I know.
Bro, it's like thousands of units independent. So it's like I've been on tour. I've been on tour. I've been killing shows. I've been on tour. All the pain I've endured. I've been through a lot. I've seen some things. I met a lot of folks, but a lot has changed. Many people came, but everybody left. When I was down, they were quick to forget.
Hey.
Look at my wrist, man. What a plot twist.
They pray for my downfall. I rise from that shit.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's
he came in and he killed that. And the thing is that
I killed it in 10 minutes.
I come from if not the similar worst background with him. So when he came up, when he spit that, I felt that shit. I was like nigga, that's real. Cause me and him, we've been, like I said, we've been through similar things where we've had people come and go. So many come and go, and some were people that we considered family. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Big
so
facts.
Like we had them come and go, and not just that. We've also he has a son. He has a family, and this dude is trying to provide for that family as well as provide for this. And so that's why when I see him struggle, that's why when me and him, when we go through things, and he wrote that verse, I was like, "Damn, man, that shit is dope." That's why when he ended off, everybody pray for my he was fucked up. When he said they pray for my downfall, I rise from that shit. I was a nigga that went, oh nigga, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got
pray for my downfall. It was like look at my wrist, man. What a plot twist. I pray for my downfall.
They pray for my downfall. I rise from that shit.
You know what I mean?
So it's no matter the amount of negativity.
That's Leo Flo with the W.
That's Leo Flo with the W.
Wrap up the interview. Let's get out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But facts though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as this music that we got coming,
shit.
that even that hook for projects like BriBri got down on that. Like she got down on that. You know what I mean?
Man.
Get out of here.
She
feel like we should make her
Hey
sing,
man,
you
to
know?
be honest with you,
Nah, don't do it.
When we were in that studio, man, I was waiting for it because I had been wanting to hear her actually go, sing, and man, I was like, damn, she got a great voice. I heard her play around, sing bullshit here and there, but to actually get in the booth and sing, it resonated real well, and I was like. Okay.
Just wait till we finish. Follow up with this downfall, and everything's coming with a visual.
And ask her me and her I try to give her as much constructive criticism as I can.
He talks a lot of shit.
And it's because because I talk shit to myself. You know what I'm saying? I bully myself.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? I bully myself. So that's why say if he says something in a verse and I'm like, nigga, that's stupid. I'm gonna have to let him know. I ain't gonna be like, dawg, that's dope. Put it out. No. You know what I'm saying? Because we still gotta produce some quality stuff. Yeah. So and me as part of a team, if I put out a bar that's whack, and he was there throughout the whole process, and people comes, man, that's garbage. I'm gonna look at him like, dog, why you ain't tell me? You know what I'm saying? It's not fully on him. It's not fully on him, but at the same time, you gotta be a homeboy enough to be like, hey, dog, bro, you slipping. So whenever I hear her, it's because I don't want nobody to ever put Bri in a box. Because of the way the lightness of her voice, it's quick to put someone like that in a little box, and I don't want her to be placed like that. So, for me, she could be mad at me all she wants, but as long as she knows that I'm doing it to make sure she's better than what she is when she started. Same thing with me and
It's all
Leo.
out of love.
Yeah, it's all love. Even though it comes out as some fucked up shit, because I say some fucked up shit, bro. I be an asshole, but
you should hear the shit that's said at the studios, man.
Bro,
It never ends. Dude. It never fucking ends.
it got to be like that. You know, I feel like if I ain't like that, our music would come out a little less quality than what it was, because we all have our own styles. You know what I'm saying? Leo has his style, and on projects, I guarantee everybody who's heard Leo rap before on projects, he is not rapping like the old. He is not. He is not rapping like the old Leo Flo. Like, and I'm glad to say that I was a part of that, because when he said I want to do it like this, I was like,
man, we switched up the whole style. And
the whole style, the whole verse, we switched it up, because I was like, nah, because that sounds like the Leo back then. I want to hear that you changed. And sure enough, like once we put it down and everything, man, I was all like, bro, anybody that listens to your shit is gonna be like, that's Leo? That's Leo? You know what I'm saying?
Basically one of those songs where we all stepped out of our comfort zone, and that's what we're looking for, because when you listen to that song, like the outsiders, they're gonna be like, damn, like y'all did that.
Get him out of retirement.
Yeah, we brought this one back.
I was like, bro, he needs to come.
Hey, you know what's funny? I was writing to the wrong beat. And like we doing this one, they're like, no, we doing the other one, and
He was like,
and
You can make it work, though.
They're like, well, fuck, let's hear it anyway. So I rapped it to them. They're like, oh yeah, that's good. Just
that works.
There. I like,
It's all good.
I made it on
it
the
just
project. So I was like, cool.
It goes well with what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the start is what he's talking about. What I'm talking about, we keep the story moving. It doesn't stay in the same
That got a
spot.
squad filled with Mac Connects. It's
Hey.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, and then it's good because he's.
So I feel blessed. I made it onto the project's track. So.
And it's pretty dope, man. Me personally, I love the track. I love the
yeah.
track. I listened, like, as soon as we got it, man, I told the other man, send me that bitch right away. And I was banging that shit.
We need to put it out
shit.
tonight.
Facts. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that y'all listen to that. Look out for projects, which will be available on all digital stores. Make sure you stream the video on YouTube. Make sure you watch Slum Sessions. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you support the movement. Support David. Support Chris, Nomad, BriBri, Leo Flo Music, Mr. Durty Muzik from Cruz and Text. Support everything we got going on. Slum Sessions, we in the building. Durty Muzik Inc., we in the building.
With that being said, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Everybody's links will be in the description below. All the Instagrams and everything. If y'all want to throw them out there, y'all can. If y'all want to throw y'all's Instagrams out there, let everybody know where to find y'all. Durty Muzik Radio.
Oh, and at Leo Flo Music, at LEOFLO Music, and at Durty Muzik Radio is dirty_music_radio. So make sure you follow that. And
My Instagram is OLLGBRIANNA, because no people don't really know how to spell Brianna. So, but yeah, that's it.
They don't. Right.
You can find me at Chris_Nomad94. That is Chris_NOMAD94.
Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Again, this episode is brought to you by FishScale84.com and Reneka at Builders. Stay slump.
Stay slum, bitches.
Hey.
Roll it up, let it slump. Roll it up, let's roll it up. Why talk about it, be about it, take another shot. Roll it up, let it slump. Roll it up, let's roll it up. Why talk about it, be about it, take another shot.